Hello, my name is Simon Schur, and welcome to my The Spaces Between Moves video. So, you know that in most traditional martial arts, we do gross movements to train our bodies and muscles to work in concert to generate maximum power. We drill low or downward blocks, guarding blocks, high blocks, rising blocks, knife hand blocks, double forearm blocks, punches, chops, kicks, and hundreds of different techniques. We perform these blocks and techniques in sequence or forms or patterns or kata or tul or hyung or bunkai. One thing that each technique has in common, though, are a beginning and an end. We usually call the beginning a chamber and the end position the block or the strike. But when we transition from one block or strike ending position to the next chamber, many people, many of my students included, do something interesting. They add extemporaneous or unnecessary movements into the transition. Logically speaking, from an application point of view, I can think of no reason for this interim movement. From a sports point of view or a tournament point of view, these interim movements could be ascribed to aesthetic additions as an attempt to gain favor or the attention of a judge. This is fine and a viable reason. However, it should be acknowledged by the performer that this aspect of their technique is for show only and should be left out of training for non-tournament purposes. I am constantly asking my students this question: what is the shortest distance between 2 points? And most already know the answer is a straight line. If the previous or ready position is point A, a straight line to point B is all that's needed to get from an end position to the next chamber. Why, I asked them, are they doing these large swoops or gestures with their arms during this interim transition period? The more cogent students tell me that it's because they feel perhaps a connection with the movement on a spiritual level that requires or intimates a ceremonial acknowledgement of in some form of homage. Though this feeling is laudable, it's folly. Some shrug and say they don't know, they just thought they should. Maybe they saw it on TV or in a tournament. Such articulation is contrary to the intention of an applicable martial arts technique. So when you next practice a pattern, form, kata, or drill, please pay attention to what's happening between the moves and see if you're adding a flourish or unnecessary movement into your drill, and ask yourself, why? In ITF Taekwondo, or International Taekwondo Federation, a purposeful sequence called the sine wave, where the body moves in a down, up, down motion that takes place during this transition period. This acts as a mnemonic device to trigger and relax the body and generate reactionary force. But even so, it leaves lots of room for extemporaneous movements that should be watched out for. Please leave a comment if you find that you do these extemporaneous movements between patterns, and if you do them for a reason or if you do them by accident and didn't know you were doing them. I'm very curious to see kind of what's out there in regards to this particular phenomenon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And check out the other videos on my YouTube channel. I got a lot of cool stuff.